So let's start our Lambda function as a second step. After creating the secret manager, we create our function, and I will give a name to our function. I will give the name tutorial secret manager, and I will use NodeJs for our Lambda function. Let's choose NodeJs 14x. Now I need to wait for a while for our function to be created. So our function has been created. Here we have our code block, code section. So I will use AWS SDK Software Development Kit to fetch data from AWS Secrets Manager. And yeah, I define AWS and I define SM as our new AWS Secrets Manager. Then I will use this SM in our exports handler function. So I also need to use the name of the secrets manager we created in the previous video. So I'll define it as secrets name, and it will be tutorial secret manager we used in the previous part. So, and I also need to create a response object. It will be an empty object for now, and I will use it in the return object. But then when we fetch data from the secrets manager, we will assign new values to this response object. So body, data, and our response object will be assigned to data value. So now we need to define the data from the secrets manager. So I define it as secret data, and it will be an asynchronous. I need to wait for the response from this service SM and get secret value. It's the method we will have the permission from the AWS SDK. And we use secret name as the value for secret ID property. And then I would like to see what I will have as the response from the secret data. Let's console log it, and we will check what we have from this service, if there's any problem or not, or what kind of data we have from as a response. And we need to deploy before testing. Now we need to create a test event. I will give it a name as initial test. We can give it any other name, whatever you want. I will just give it initial test, and I will test it right now after creating the test event. And we have the access denied exception. It's an expected situation, so we did not give any authorization role for this Lambda. Tutorial secret manager role has been created as a default, but it does not include secrets manager access. So we go to this role, and we will give permissions for secrets manager actions. So we have two options. We can attach policies from the AWS. We search for secret, and we can attach this secrets manager read write. It will give full access. So you can see you can do all of actions for all of the secrets you have. But the second option is creating an inline policy. I would prefer using inline policy. By inline policy, I can modify it as read-only access, or specifying the exact or precise secret manager. So I have found an example. I will use this as a reference, and I will modify it. Then from add permissions, I create an inline policy, and I choose JSON, and I will change this reference policy. I don't want to give permission to see all secrets by listing them. I want to give permission for the specific secrets manager as a resource. So I will get the ARN from the secrets manager, secret ARN. We can get it from secrets manager service, and I paste it to the resource, and we have 4 methods, 4 actions. We will only use get secret value, and I give a name for this policy. I just name it as tutorial SM read, and I create policy. The policy has been created and assigned for this role, so I need to check it again now for this Lambda function if it is authorized or not. So test it again, and we have a response of an empty object, and we don't have any errors, and we can see the response from our console log. ARN name, version ID, secret string, version stage, create data. As you may imagine, secret string is the response or is the data we are looking for, but it is in a string format. So I will process it to convert it into a key value format as a JSON. So I now get into our code section again, and I want to replace the quotation marks which are not desired for my JSON. So I reach the secret string, and I use replace, and I don't want to have quotation marks, and I'm just writing a regular expression to ignore the characters I'm not I don't want to see. So it will be replaced with an empty string. Yeah, I replaced them, and the next step would be using this replaced, and I will split it depending on the comma. So, and I need to map these elements from the result array. So I use a asynchronous map function for to achieve this. I use promise all to wait for all the items to be processed, and for each item I will look for the key and the values. When we look at the execution results, we have key 1 and the test key for key 1. So we need to implement another split here to get the key 1 and the test key for key 1 value. So let's split it again. Let's name it split it, and item split. And then I will assign our response object with the key value as the element 0, and split it the value as the second element of this splitted array. So it will bring us the format we desired. So let's test it again. When I test again, I have the response as key 1 test key for key 1, key 2 test key for key 2. So I have achieved what I'm looking for from this service. So I can use this Lambda response now. So what I need to do right now is to create an API, REST API, to trigger this Lambda function. This step is done for now. Thank you.